Hey y'all, Katie here, founder of MOMnation and owner and operator of Team Evo AZ at eXp Realty, your go-to gal for anything real estate in the state of Arizona. I am the sponsor of today's show. I will link my page and information in the show notes so you can quickly and easily get in touch with me should you need anything real estate, any advice, or maybe you're looking to get into the business. I sure hope you enjoy today's show. Thanks for listening. And I think we're live, people.
Yes, I think we are. I'm so excited.
I know, me too. Finally, season 2 of our podcast. And like the caption says, we have kind of a little bit of a fresh name. We have a fresh kind of, I don't want to say theme, but maybe you can help me out a little bit here, Beth. It's just going to look a little bit different.
It's just going to be a little bit different. It's going to have a very intentional purpose behind it. Beyond providing support and information. You know, last season was so good, and Beth Easton, you know, she showed up and did some amazing things, and you guys brought on amazing guests. And as the vision of MOMnation has expanded in such big ways, I feel like there's some pivots, some changes that have to happen along with that to get us where your vision is for this amazing network. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess we're just going to see how this goes, which is kind of the whole point, because we're calling it MOMnation Unscripted.
Right. So what does that mean? Because I can tell you, I have no notes. I have like nothing. Like I could close my eyes and do the whole entire show.
Please do. Right? This is the extent of my notes for like our whole thing, guys. Like, so Katie and I, for those of you who don't know us very well yet, we're busy ladies. We're very busy ladies. We've been talking about doing this for, 6 months now.
Yep.
And finally we realized, like, if this is going to happen, we have to do this unscripted, and it has to just come straight from our hearts and just let what happens happen instead of attempting to control it. So that's exactly what's about to happen here and as we move forward. So we will dive into what that's going to look like a little bit later in the podcast today. But we are going to be having, so some of you are watching this live on Facebook in MOMnation AZ, but this is going to be on the Apple, what is that?
iTunes. Yep.
iTunes. Okay. I'm like, what's it called?
Yeah.
No, I'm not an Apple person. I say this from my Mac.
We will change this.
And, on whatever platform that you end up listening to this from, whether that's Spotify or whatever, we need you guys to help us to get this message to spread. And we'll get into why that is in a second, but we need you to help us to spread this message by rating, reviewing, and subscribing to this podcast. So just like there's algorithms on Facebook, podcast platforms also have algorithms themselves. And what makes it so that you get seen? A great rating, great reviews, and subscribers who follow your podcast.
Lots of downloads, right?
And lots of downloads. You know, it's actually not the listens. For those of you who don't know this, it's not how many times that the podcast was listened to. It's how many times it was downloaded. So you can listen to it, and it does nothing for us unless you download it. So anyway, yeah. So we're going to just start by having you guys get to know who we are. So I'm just going to start by talking with Katie. So, Katie, well, first off, who are you?
That's a huge question.
Big question, right?
That's like, how long do you have this afternoon to spend time with me, Beth, so I can explain it in all of its intricacies?
Okay. Tell me 5 things about you.
Oh gosh, 5 things. Okay. Well, I just turned 40 this past year. Whoop, whoop. Welcome to the 40 Club.
Hey.
I'm coming up on my, 14th year of being in the real estate industry. So I help people buy and sell property. That's what I do, and help advise. And, like I said, if you had all afternoon, we could talk more about these things more in detail.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a boy mom,
Mhm.
and my baby actually just turned 6 today.
Oh, happy birthday, Jackson.
Yes. So I'm so excited. So we're going to have a little bit of little dinner, little birthday cake and stuff like that tonight with some family. So that's super fun. That's number 3, right?
That is number 3.
Yeah, I'm keeping track over here.
I'm counting on my fingers too. So
number 4, I am the founder of MOMnation. That's number 4. Number 5, I'm originally from New Hampshire, and I have been here in Arizona for 16 years now.
I love it. Awesome.
Okay, same
And
questions. Or
same, 5 for me too.
5 things about you.
I think that's good. Okay, so I am a brand strategist. So a lot of people end up calling me a business coach. It's a bit different than that because I just help people who already have audiences, people who are already making money, come up with better ways to do that and to do more of that easier. So there is that. I have 2 kids, Autumn and Jack, and Autumn's birthday was yesterday. So our kids' birthdays are a day apart. And I grew up in Maine, so we are both East Coasters. Let me see. I lived in Alaska for 3 years after my husband and I got married. We ended up deciding that we read an article, and this article said that if you wanted to have the best marriage possible, you should move away from family when you first get married. And so we figured Alaska was far enough.
From Maine?
Well, our family my family's from down here in Arizona, and his is in Utah. So
okay.
it was still far.
Still far enough.
Yes, absolutely. So that was fun. And one more thing about me, like many of you, I drive a minivan, and my minivan has a sticker that says I used to be cool on it. So there you go. Those are my 5 things.
You're still cool. We'll still give it to you.
Thank you. So that all being said, if you guys have questions about us, please ask those in the comments on Facebook, and I'll make sure to interject those. And that can be about us personally, or it can be about anything that we're talking about along the way here. So that being said, I'm just kind of turn this into interview style because Katie doesn't do the best job of bragging on herself. And so I'm going to just start asking Katie some questions so that you guys can start to understand the vision for what MOMnation is meant to become, and for what she sees this podcast being, those sorts of things live here today. So again, if you have questions, ask those in the comments, and I'll pop on over and make sure that we get those asked. So Katie, what?
I get all excited. Sorry.
I'm so excited too.
I know. I get all excited when you do that. Anyway, go ahead.
So first off, why did you want to do MOMnation Unscripted?
Because you had a really good explanation in the beginning, because we have a lot of stuff to share as we move through life and we meet different people and we do what we do, because in our industries, we meet a lot of really cool people, right?
Yes.
With that, we're also parents, business owners, wives, all of that kind of stuff. So it's very action-packed. I know your life is, and you know my life is too. So sitting down and writing out like an entire treatment for, a season of podcasts or even one show seems kind of daunting to me, especially since, we both have heart. We can do this. We can come from the heart and talk about these things in an unscripted manner. So I'm really excited about doing that and just kind of seeing where it goes.
Yeah, me too. And you mentioned coming on here and just live talking about these things. What does these things mean to you? What are these things that we'll be talking about?
Well, I'm hoping that we get some interaction from the audience, and maybe they have some topics that they would like to hear us either just sit here and chit chat about between the two of us, or perhaps pull, professionals from different industries and different walks of life, and that can speak in an educated manner on these certain topics. So where I think that we're going to I know we're going to begin with getting a little bit deeper into MomNation, why MomNation operates the way it does, why it is what it is, and what the main vision is. I feel like out of that people will start coming to us with some, different topics and stuff to share.
Absolutely. And I'm curious if you'll play along with me for a minute. I want to help people know why they should listen to this. And so I'm going to ask you a really uncomfortable question for me, which is, why do you think that people should listen to me?
To you?
Yeah.
That is a very awesome question. And I'm sorry that it's uncomfortable for you, but perhaps after we're finished here, it will no longer be. You're very magnetic, Beth, extremely, and you have a lot to share in terms of just personal, just things that you've been through personally, which to be where you are and to come, through the things that you came through that I'm aware of, just by knowing you is absolutely phenomenal. And I got the tissues already. I feel like you could really help people, Beth, and I know that you have, and I know that you do. And there's a lot of people out there that are very silent, and I feel like it's extremely easy to talk to you and to share with you. Do you like, am I right? Do you go through life and do people just tell you lots
Everything.
of stuff? Yeah.
Like, everybody shares their deepest, darkest secrets with me because I don't judge people for them. So
100% not. You 100% not. I feel that that's very, very honest about your personality. So knowing you has been, phenomenal in my life, because I think you're a genius in a lot of different ways. And I feel like I kind of pick up on some of that geniusness just by knowing you, just by talking with you, kind of by osmosis or whatever you want to call it. Right. And I've been very, very grateful for that. You're a mind expander. You are my life's mind expander. When I talk to you, you might not even know it, but you've expanded me in all sorts of different directions.
Thank you, Katie. Now I'm going to turn the table and brag on you for a minute. So the reason that I have so many people who always want to do projects with me and would love to do something like this with me. So there's a reason why Katie is the person that I'm actually doing this with. And, part of it is her heart. Part of it's the fact that she's built MomNation as this amazing platform. But even if she didn't have this platform, I would still want to be doing this with Katie. Katie is so smart. She is absolutely strategic and brilliant with everything that she touches and everything that she does. She doesn't hold back. She doesn't let things slow her down. She pours her heart and soul into absolutely everything she does. And she's one of those people that when you are in a space with her, she is there with you. She holds that space with you, and she does a fantastic job of being present. And when you guys get to know her story, when we'll give you tidbits throughout episodes, and you'll start to hear where she came from and where she is now, there is no one that I can think of that is a better example of what's possible for a woman and what's possible for a mom to achieve. I think there are so many of us, and I think of myself before I've gone down the personal development path that I've gone down. I didn't really believe very much was possible for me. I had this story that I'm just a stay-at-home mom. And if you are a stay-at-home mom, I am not saying that you're just a stay-at-home mom. My story was that I had nothing to offer. And I wasn't a good stay-at-home mom. I was just a depressed stay-at-home mom. And by going down a path of self-development, of self-awareness, of getting to know myself, I was able to help myself to become so much better. And a lot of that began here in MomNation, because what you bring is so infectious. It's something that if people, they can come and spend a little time in the sunlight with you, they automatically are going to have that impact start to show up in their lives, and they're going to, they're just automatically inspired to become better people. And that it's really, really important for us to be able to help more people experience you, because it's going to change their lives so much. So that is why I am here with you. I love you.
Beth, I love you too. I remember that, Mom. You've come so far. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, seriously, just listen to this woman. She has so much heart for every single one of you. It's amazing how much she's willing to show up every single day. Like, sometimes I look through my texts between her and Jenny and Sherry, and I'm like, you guys never stop. They never stop thinking about how to help you guys get more resources, get more help, get everything that you guys want. So yeah, they're amazing.
It's a labor of love. Thank you so much for that amazingness. I appreciate that, Beth.
Of course. So let's give them a little bit of an insight for the amazingness that you want to create in this world with MomNation. I want you to share the vision that you have for MomNation, because, it's guys, if you don't have tissues, you might need them, but go ahead.
I've got mine. So you know how I am. It's go big or go home, Beth. I think I've been this way ever since you've known me.
Yeah. So, you've never not been this way that I know of.
That's true. And if my mom was on here, which you guys will all meet, my mom's actually in the group. Her name is Marilyn. If she was on here, she would say it's probably been like that since, in utero. Anyway, there's so much to the group, and there's so much to creating a resource that moms that are going through, all sorts of things, whether they're stay-at-home moms, or, they work away from home, or they work from home, or they're dealing with children with disabilities, things like that. There's so much resource that MomNation has built and has pulled together in one place for moms to benefit from. And we're coming up on our 6-year anniversary. And so there are now almost 6 years worth of noticing patterns and meeting different people and seeing what struggles are out there for moms, basically. And so I noticed that, and it really hits home for me. I noticed that there is very little out there to help moms that are transitioning from either abusive relationships or even a relationship that's not necessarily abusive but just doesn't work for them, and now they're entering being a single mom, they're entering the dating world, they're entering all these things that they maybe haven't for a while. And I've noticed that there's a lot of struggle in that. There can be financial struggle. There probably most definitely is in most cases. There's mental and emotional struggle. There's, how am I going to be the mom and the dad at the same time? There's just so much transition. So much stuff is happening. And I don't know that there's really a good resource for a mom going through something like that to tap into. She's going to move out of her house. She's maybe changing schools with the kids. What's going on with the vehicle? There's just so many moving parts.
Mm-hmm.
And, it hits home for me because my mom was 17 years old when I was born. Mm-hmm. And so, my dad was, I think 19 or just barely 20, something like that, but also very young. And of course they got married because they got pregnant, and, that wasn't a good situation back in the late 70s, early 80s, especially, being a 17-year-old. Can you imagine? I couldn't imagine what my poor mom went through. And, seeing it from the eyes of a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old is certainly much different than seeing it from my 40-year-old eyes now. Mm-hmm. And I applaud her for being, 18 or whatever it was when she ended up divorcing my dad. She actually moved herself down to the southern part of New Hampshire, which was more city than what we were from. So she moved with her little kid to a city that she wasn't really that familiar with, looking for a better life. There really weren't a whole lot of resources for her to tap into. My mom was a worker. And so she made $1 too much for, food stamps or things like that. And that's not that she had aspired to, be on food stamps forever. She just needed just a little leg up, just a little bit of help. Let me get my stuff together. Let me get my brain together. Let me figure out what direction I'm going in, because there's so many moving parts. She had to find school for me right away. So I'm going to school. I need stuff for that. I need school lunch. I need to get transported to school. And she could tell you more, but there are several stories of her bringing me to school early in the morning in the middle of winter. Now, this is New Hampshire, okay? So 10 feet of snow, slush everywhere, freezing rain, all the whole bit, on the back of her 10-speed, bringing me to school so that she could get to work and be there for me when I got off school. Like crazy, blow my mind. I had my son without my husband for a week last week and was feeling the struggle, let me tell you. So I can't imagine what it is like for these women that are transitioning into single motherhood with no support, no family, no ability to perhaps get resources from the state because maybe they make a little bit too much, but they don't want to get rid of that job. So my vision is, it's so big and so lofty, but it gets me so excited.
I'm a huge fan of those kinds of visions. So.
Right? It's like starting to make my armpits sweat a little bit.
Yes.
But in every major city across the country, I would love to have a property, a location where it's maybe, 5 or 6 apartments, something like that I can just say, hey, you're going through transition here. Go live here. You've got 3 months rent free. Figure out life. Figure out where you're going from here. Here are some resources, because now parenting is about to get a little bit different than what you're used to. So here are some resources to help with that transition. Here's some mental health, some emotional health resources. Let's learn about money if you need to. Let's get really, really smart financially and figure that stuff out. Do you need your resume? Help with your resume. Let's get that going. Let's bring April in, our stylist, and have her outfit you, for work. It just, all of these things, my mind just explodes when I think about all of the different resources that we can pull together for moms that are in this situation. I feel like it's such a big vision that I almost don't explain it concisely. Was that clear?
I understand the vision. So you guys will have to let us know in the comments if that makes sense to you. Just a vision of Amanda Woodbury. She says that's so good. So it's this amazing, amazing vision of being able to have a location where moms in need can be taken care of, where the mother can be mothered when she needs it the most. So I actually come from not similar family situation in many regards, but my parents were divorced when I was 5. They separated when I was 2, and what ended up happening was they ended up having a very, very, very volatile divorce, and my mom was remarried very quickly. And I just think of so many moms out there who they might feel like, yeah, I need to go out and I need to get remarried fast. I need to go find somebody to help to pay the bills. Not that I'm saying that that's my mom's situation, but I just see that happen. And there's so much support that's needed. And having seen what my mom went through in leaving her marriage, she didn't make that decision lightly. I was child number 6. So she had already been in this marriage for 18 years. And she went back to school to become a nurse before she filed for divorce, because she knew that she was going to need to support herself and support her family. But even with, a nursing degree, taking care of 6 kids by yourself. You can't do it.
Nursing's a tough gig too.
Right? And it's interesting because both our moms are nurses too.
It is.
So
many similarities.
So many. It's crazy. So anyway, I'm very, very passionate about this, and having talked to so many women and seen so many women who they want to build businesses because they want to be able to support themselves should that become necessary. I've seen it so many times.
And that's just another resource that can be part of this package that, can help these women transition into just making life better for them once they get to that step. I envision, say it's a 3-4 story building, whatever it is, apartments on each level kind of thing. I envision those moms helping each other out too. So, I need to go get some self-care done, or like, I'm gonna kill someone kind of thing. You know what I mean? Can you just like watch mine for the next 2 hours? And then when I get back, I'll do you the same favor. Or, hey, I'm running out to the grocery store. I'd like a little bit of peace. You know how much easier it is to do groceries when you're not, can I have that? Can I have this? It's just stuff like that. And they can really lean on each other and start to build a community within each other, which I think is real important. And that's also, one of MomNation's messages, and has been ever since the beginning. We're all in this together. Let's help each other out instead of, either step over each other or shoot each other down even. So community is a huge part of that vision as well.
Yeah. And so we've actually been reworking the tagline for MomNation. Do you want to tell them what it is?
Okay, so we haven't dropped it yet.
Do you not want to drop it yet?
No, I totally can. Hopefully we're talking about the same one.
I think we are.
We'll just have the discussion here live. That's totally
We'll find out.
So right now it takes a nation, which it certainly does, right? However, the more that we live and breathe this MomNation thing, and the more moms that we help, because I don't know about you, Beth, I get messages daily. Oh my gosh, you don't really know me, Katie, but I can't believe how your group, helped with this, or how much more connected I feel, or just I smile now on a daily basis, just such heartwarming stuff.
Yeah.
And I really feel like home is a word that sums that up. So we're going to change it to a home for moms.
I love it so much. Yes, that's the exact one I was thinking of.
Good.
So glad we're all on the same page. So here's the thing is that as we're thinking about this, what should people be expecting as things start to pivot and we start to move towards that vision here in MomNation?
Well, with the help of you, thank you very much, sister. Our resources and different things that we have available for moms to tap into are certainly more consistent, and that is going to get better and better. So we're going to make it easier for you guys to tap in, to whatever speaks to you, whether that be events so that you can build friendships. We're going to, every year we have speed dating. It's not, I feel like I have to put the little tagline. It's not to find a significant other fling or something like that. It is to find your mama friend, your mama BFF. So, different events like that, resources, certainly this podcast, bringing in, professionals from other areas and other industries. And then, Beth, as I take a deep breath, we're going to start working toward nonprofit status and getting this baby up and running. I already have purchased the property for Arizona. Well, for Arizona's first location.
Yes, I am so excited for that. I'm so proud of you. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yes.
I've discovered that it's absolutely doable what we want to do. So it's a good thing. That's a good thing since I bought
that. That is a good thing. Good time to find out now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm just really, the plans are in the works. We're probably a few years out from building. But baby steps, right? There's a lot of things that need to be done before that. So
absolutely. And so that being said, guys, because we are going to work towards nonprofit status, if you know businesses that this vision really aligns with where they're headed, or, philanthropic people, that this really aligns with maybe their childhoods or different things like that. And you can get them connected with MomNation. We absolutely can use donations once we get that all squared away, to help to make this happen and make it a reality. So we're really excited to have this be the future of MomNation.
Absolutely. And I mean, there's a lot of mom groups out there, and I feel like ours is really set apart because we focus on the woman, the mom, who she is, what she needs. Yeah, we have, kid stuff too. And I mean, I love my kid, don't get me wrong, and we have different play dates and things like that. But really, that's for the moms. I feel like it's for them to connect. It's for them to build community. So I don't know, and I appreciate you so much, Beth, for like dragging this stuff out of me, because I don't know that I've ever actually said that out loud. I don't know that anybody except for you, Jenny, and Sherry, and maybe my mom know that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons that I just love the Unscripted thing is that you can't put up your guard. Neither of us can. We don't have the time to plan to stop ourselves from saying something that would actually make the impact. So, so thank you for having me. So if somebody wants to get involved in MomNation, they have lots of different ways to do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, can I talk about how business moms can get involved? Okay.
Please do.
So as you guys know, if you've been in any of our groups very long, on Sundays, we have Savings Sunday posts for business moms where you can go and you can actually post what you have for sale, or post what you're actually selling in your business there. On Mondays, we have Biz Mom Monday posts. And those Biz Mom Monday posts, those are designed for you to be able to go get your business visible, but also get to know and network with other biz moms in your state. So that exists. We have every other week, we have our Biz Mom Mastermind, which I host. A lot of times people just come on, sometimes I'll have an expert or we'll have a topic that we're going to talk about. But a lot of times people will just come on with, hey, this is the problem that I'm facing in my business. How do I deal with it? And so we actually, do a lot there. So
those are the best ones, Beth.
Oh, thank you. They're unscripted. So,
They are.
That's how I roll. So where the best stuff comes out is when it's unscripted. And then we also have MomNation contributors, vendors, and sponsors. And so this is a Facebook group that you can go get involved with. You can learn when we need somebody for a challenge. You can learn about how to donate your items for giveaways, that sort of thing. But you can also learn how to get your business visible without breaking MomNation rules.
Very important.
Which is very important.
Let me just slide in why we have rules is because we want the group to operate in a certain way. And that's what the rules prevent it from getting off track. So
yes. And well, you've done this for 6 years. What happens when it gets off track?
It just looks like an absolute chaotic mess, and there's no more interaction, and then it all falls apart, because really what it's about is the interaction. It's about the camaraderie. It's about the community. So when I go, this is really funny. I'm in 356 groups on Facebook.
Of course you are. Why not?
Do you know how I know that? Because I put them all on a spreadsheet, and that's how I know. And I have plotted which ones I like the best and that I like to go and interact, and I actually have relationships that come out of. And then I've noted the ones that I'm in that are complete billboards. And MomNation over my dead body will become a billboard.
Yes, absolutely. And just thinking about that, guys, if we allowed it to become a billboard, you guys don't get the support that gets us to the vision. The vision is everything. And that's one of the big reasons why it's designed the way that it's designed, is because this vision is too important to let it get ruined just to be nice to people who might think that Katie's being mean for having rules.
Right.
Right.
Turns out there's rules in a lot of other places, not just MomNation.
What? That's crazy. And well, and here's the other thing though, is having shoot, my brain just lost it. It was so good.
It'll come back.
That's it'll come back at like a really inconvenient moment. But anyway, I'll write it down when that happens.
I'll get a text from Beth at 2 a.m. I remember.
Yes. So anyway, what am I thinking? Oh yeah. How else can people get involved besides the biz moms? Oh, I remember what it is. Okay. So, personal development, it's one of the strong values and messages that is an undercurrent that we haven't been quite so vocal about yet in MomNation. We have in ways, in actions more than words, I would say, at this point. And the thing is that like women are not going to be able to have a space that encourages them to become a better person if we don't have a space where that's the priority.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's designed the way it is. So
and between you and I, and then and Sherry and Jenny too, I know for a fact that personal development has been huge for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the most important things I believe in the world. So yeah, huge fan of it. So besides the biz moms, how can the non-biz moms get involved, Katie?
Events.
Yes.
Visit us, meet me, please. So we have events monthly. We have sometimes quite a long list of events, and so what do we have, like 8,300 women, I think, in the group now?
I think something like that.
Yeah, it moves quite rapidly, that wall. So we do post the events quite often. I share them a couple times a week as well, so you can kind of see what's coming up. We do have a super cool chat bot. If you guys are not signed in or logged into that, just let Beth or I know, and we can drop the link for you, so that way you can tap into that. And every Monday, I think it is, we send out what the upcoming events are for the week, and that's been going awesome. I know and I like plan most of the events, and I love having the reminder too, so that's a really nice thing. But there's events for all sorts of different things. So there's been hiking events lately. There has been park play dates. We just did a couples, well, maybe it was before the holidays. Time flies, man. We just did a couples sushi night out and movie. We went to go see that new one with Angelina Jolie in it, Maleficent.
Yeah.
That was super fun. Just all sorts of different things that, different events. We also have online events. I know it's sometimes difficult, especially moms with little kids. Sometimes it's hard to leave home. And I totally get that. I was there once too. So we also have some things online, like different support groups or, meetings, things like that people can do.
Yeah. And one of the things that we do hear pretty frequently is from moms who have social anxiety that they're scared to come out to events. And I am a mom with social anxiety. Jenny also is. We come out to the events and I ask the most awkward questions, guys. Don't worry. I make everybody so uncomfortable. They look at me as the weirdo, not you. So
I've witnessed this.
Fine.
This is why I'm laughing.
She has witnessed this more than once. and it's fine. I still get to hang out with the cool kids, even though I am so awkward. We're not going to make you feel like you don't belong just because you might be
always Beth.
Because you might be a fraction as awkward as me. So it's all good. So yeah, come out. Just know that most, Katie might not be scared, but most of us there, we're scared and we're there anyway, and we're not going to judge you. And it's okay if you just come out and say it, that you're really nervous, because we get it.
And most people are. I mean, Jen Duncan will tell you straight up, she had super social anxiety. She actually met me for the first time, gosh, this is a long time ago, 4 years ago. JD, help me out. Katie Banks was doing a craft thing. And it was awesome. There was like 20 of us moms that went to her house and all did the craft. It was super fun. We had a little bit of food, whatnot. And that's where I met Jen Duncan. You meet her now, and you would never, ever, ever suspect that she even had a little smidge of anxiety. Jenny Cohen is the same. And now I know you and Jenny kind of talk back and forth about how, yeah, you go, but you're still kind of feeling it. You wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't know.
Yeah. No. You wouldn't at all. You would with me, guys. Let's just be clear. You can tell. But it's so fun though. I remember the craft nights because I kept buying the kits and I'd be like, I'm going to go. And then the night would come and then I'd like freak out and then I'd have to go pick up the kit from Katie later.
Mm-hmm.
A couple days later because the anxiety was so much, but I still to this day have all of my wood blocks everywhere from what I've done because of MomNation, even though at that point it was too much for me. So tap into those things, guys. There's ways to tap in even if you're a mama with anxiety. So, well, I think that kind of gives everybody a vision for where we're going and an understanding of what this is. Is there anything else that you can think of, Katie, that we missed?
Not today.
Okay, so if you're listening to this via a podcast, please go to the platform that you listen to us on and rate, review, and subscribe so that more mamas can find out about MomNation so that we can get these what are we calling them? These units, these communes? I don't know. What do we call them?
I would say it's going to be a community. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, picture like the common area that everybody kind of accesses. So yeah, I mean, we're going to have to find a nifty, maybe y'all can help us.
Yes.
What would we call it? Like what is our building?
Yes. So that we can get these in every major city. We want to make sure that we're setting up MomNation to be able to make that huge impact that it's designed to make. So you rating, reviewing, and subscribing once we have these on iTunes and all the other platforms helps us to do that.
Definitely. And inviting any moms that you know across the country to one of our other states that we have open. We have 9 states open at the moment. And we also have just a big MomNation USA group. So if their state has not been opened yet, if you could invite them to the MomNation USA group, we are definitely wanting to grow in our audience base so that we can support this vision.
And don't tell Katie, guys, but I have friends in there that aren't from the USA. So if you have mom friends from other countries too,
it's okay.
I'll let them in.
Beth's moderating that one, or
I'm moderating that one. Yes. So yeah, let your mama friends in there. So anyway, and if you have challenges that you want us to do in MomNation USA, let us know what those challenges are so that we can find a biz mom who can help us to run those challenges. We've had such great transformations for people just from the money one and the decluttering one that we've done so far. Just
huge,
big changes for people.
Unbelievable. And well, that's another podcast now.
It is another podcast.
Yeah, I was going into it, but we don't have time for that.
That being said, we will be back here next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Arizona time. And I'm excited.
Me too. Thank you, Beth.
Okay. Thank you. Bye, Katie.
Bye, guys.